Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough solve on the 5x5 using Yao method. And because Yao method isn't as commonly used as like reduction method, I'll be comparing it to reduction method a little bit, you know, some of the pros and cons when using it on 5x5. So let's start. So looking around, for the first bar I'll just use these two. And then see this center and just use these corners for the second one. And then I see these two corners are already lined up, so just line up this center edge and insert it. Now for the yellow side, I already got one piece of the 1x3 bar, so just take this yellow one and use that. And then I see these two corners and then these edges, so just use this edge. And then I see use this and get two of them and get the third. Alright, so here it gets a little bit different. So now I'm gonna do the cross pieces. So you just gotta find the ones with black on them. So I'm going to see these two red ones, so I'll line those up first, and then I just got to find the third, so line that up right there, form it, insert it. And one thing is you have to track where you're putting these edges, so it makes it a little harder. So I already have these two, and then this one, match it up. So you got to make sure you put it in the right spot, and then I do it so that you offset the third one. So I'm going to do this green one. So those two, then line this one up with the other two, and then put it in the wrong spot, so here. And now once we get into these centers, another thing about Yao method is you have to hold these bandaged, so that can make it a little bit slower. Not that big of a deal, but you just sort of gotta get used to not messing these up, because sometimes when you start out, like, you'll mess these up accidentally. So I see this one here, and I'm not gonna use this because this is a pair, so I can use that for another bar. So then I see this pair and this, so actually got to fix this first, then bring that up. Then I have to bring this side down so that I can move this layer. So that shows you have to move this around. So these two and this one, so I have to bring this one up and rotate it. And then this one's in the wrong orientation, you could say. So you're going to have to bring it up further, then rotate it, and then insert it. So there's the blue center. Now red. Just gonna drop this one down and rotate this one like that. These two and this one, and then insert. Then alright, this one's made, and then I have to revert this back, so insert it at the same time. So this bar's done, so rotate it. This one's tricky. I'll make this pair for two, and then use this corner, match up that bar, and then insert it. Then do it the same way, trying not to mess everything up. So you can see here how I have to, you know, keep moving this one. Alright, so there's the centers. Now we go for the last edge. So line it all up, and this is blue. So 1, 2, 3, line it up, and then push out the one in the wrong spot, and then insert it so that you don't mess up your centers. Now here's a real big advantage once you get to the edge pairing. Since all these on the bottom are solved, there's no scrambled edges on the bottom, so that prevents you from having to look down here, and it's all pretty much in your point of view. So the edges on the top, edges on the sides, you can all see them fairly easily. So I see these two, and then the third one needs to be flipped. So I'll match up those two and flip them so that I can match up the third one properly. Then I see these two already lined up. Alright, the third one's already there. I have to flip that one. Easy enough though. He'll match that one up. Then the yellow, red, so I see those two immediately in front of me. And then the third one's there. So match them up like that. Orange is done. Once again, I have to flip it, but it's still pretty fast. Right, so this is the last one, so no lining up. Reverting centers back to normal. Alright, so then I see this bar here, so I'm gonna take the other piece, and also you can't flip it because then this edge piece will come out, so you have to actually use a flipping algorithm. So push this slot over, flip this edge into that slot. Like that. Solve the first of the last four. Push this yellow over here. Alright, now I see this one's formed, so I'll just go ahead and flip that. When I just see something like that happen, I just flip it because it makes it faster. So then I see this just can be pushed out of the way, flip this, and revert that back. That solves another one. And then, alright, so I can avoid a parity here. To flip this, and then push the scrambled one out, and I'll end up with no parity. Alright, then 3x3 stage. Cross is already done, so that's obvious advantage of Yao method. So I see this one in the back, this one here. Alright, and then I see these two. Then I see these two. And then these two. Alright, OLL. And PLL. Alright, there we go. So that's Yao method on 5x5. So in my video I didn't really show you actually the differences, so hopefully that gave you a good idea of differences from reduction and then Yao method. It is a good method, but since I'm color neutral, I try to definitely avoid using one color, so that's pretty much the only reason I don't use it. Thank you for watching.